Well, I've been in the NBA 16 years, 16 strong years. I mean, and that's a feat that I'm very proud of. When you go into the NBA, you don't expect to play as long as 16 years, 15 years, 10 years. I mean, the lifespan of an NBA player is probably 4 years on average. So, I beat the curve by a lot. Well, really, it's the late great Phil Oliver. I met him through Mike Glenn one day. I was playing with the Hawks at the time after I had just got there after having several injuries when I was in Philadelphia. Throughout my career, I had a knee microfracture and was battling with swelling and inflammation with that. And I had also ended up hurting my hip at the same time, having surgery on my hip. And I was fighting to try to come back from that injury. And I overheard Mike while I was in the locker room speaking with another one of my teammates. And he was talking to him about being mineral deficient. And he talked about the calcium deficiency is a huge part of an athlete's downfall. And so I was listening to him, and I pulled him to the side and asked him if he could, explain to me what he was explaining to the other guy. So we set up a meeting, and lo and behold, we got together, and Phil was like my right-hand man. He was the guy that was there every single day, making sure that I knew what the product, giving me all the information that I was asking for, and giving me all of the research that I needed in order to understand what the product was. So I started taking the product, made a healthy comeback, and actually ended up leading the league and blocking the shots, and was like winner up a couple times for Defensive Player of the Year. Even after having all those injuries. So it was a great product. I continue to use it every single day. It's been the pillar of me being able to continue to play for this long, because even early as back in my 4th year in the league, they were telling me that I had a short career because of just the deterioration of my body, of the bones, and of just of my body and breakdown. So. I was having a great year in 2001, made the All-Star team, as he said, and, just was on top of the world. I think we were 41-12 at the time, and was the top team in the league, getting ready to go into the All-Star game, and was highly favored, as far as getting to the finals, to the championship. So, unfortunately, I broke my wrist, probably the last 2 games before the All-Star game, and suffered a fractured wrist and had to sit out, and ended up coming back from that a little while later, but just went up for a routine rebound and ended up tearing my hip and tore my labrum in my hip, and they were saying it was so severe that it would be a possibility that I wouldn't be able to play again. So I was rehabbing, and Mike Glenn, who's become a great friend, great ambassador, of the Youngevity products, I overheard him speaking to one of my teammates about it. And I had just got to the team, so I was like, Mike, let me know a little bit more about that, that mineral deficiency thing that's going on, and that calcium deficiency, because I think that's what I'm suffering from, because I had suffered a lot of injuries before that particular time, and things was hurting, joints was hurting, and then this happened just out the blue. And so once I met Mike Glenn and the great Phil Oliver, they kind of just sat me down and explained to me about what Dr. Joel Wallach has been teaching for years, and understanding that if you don't put the minerals back into your body not going to function properly. And as you sweat out of super minerals, where when you don't know any better, you just think you're just sweating salt. But when you're sweating a super mineral, so I was more susceptible to injuries like a lot of the other guys that play the sport and sweat a lot. So having a great opportunity of getting on the product for that full year, I was sitting out, and it was like a dream come true, a miracle come true. And I was so determined to get back after they told me I would probably not be able to play again, and being able to put these minerals in my body every single day, and I haven't stopped since.